Alright, I haven't made a video in a few days. I keep saying I want to make more, I keep saying I want to do it more frequently. Hasn't really happened, so we'll see. I don't know. I'm not gonna commit to anything. However, I did want to talk a little bit about um the end of summer. Also, probably if you hear weird noises, pardon. There's a dog over there. He's being weird. But yeah, so this was my summer off from college. I was homeschooled growing up, and I did not have summers off. In exchange for that, I kind of had like lighter school days throughout the year, and then kind of made up for that doing school through the summer. So I never really had like off days until now, and so not off days. I guess an off summer. Like I never had like 3 months I'm doing nothing school related, and so that was a new experience for me, and it's been interesting. I've kind of learned, and this maybe should have been predictable. I've kind of learned I need something to do, uh, like school related. Like I need something. I need people to expect something of me, um, in terms of like the things I'm doing, and not having that was kind of weird. I've noticed. I kind of like almost go crazy a little bit. Like, um, I get very like in my head about things. Um, which isn't, I guess, necessarily a bad thing, but it's a lot for like 3 months. I don't know. I don't know if I could do that. If I would want to do that again. Um, I did. I did set out this summer though. Like I had a goal, um, and it was to complete a chapter of my webcomic and start releasing it. Um, I didn't do that. Not really. I am still actively working on like the first chapter, but I don't really view that as like a loss here because my my goals with it have shifted, and what I want to do has shifted. It's shifted a lot. I've talked about it here and there throughout the channel. I probably should like use the Blue Sky account I made for the comic more, instead of giving updates on it in a YouTube channel no one watches, because I don't promote this to anyone really. So the people who see me post about my webcomic stuff on like Blue Sky or Instagram, they're not gonna see this. But I digress. My goal shifted towards, instead of wanting to write as I go, um, and really like, I guess, release things in a way that was like write as I go, and then like release stuff as I finish it. So like, I finished a few pages, release them. Finish, whatever. Like I just do with that, like have that very like fast pace. And I decided, or I kind of discovered this summer, that I like taking it slow when it comes to my creative process. Like I really like having the option to take my time, especially in just like a world that feels busier and busier, quicker and quicker. This is one area where I can slow down and I can do things at my own pace. At least for now. Like I want to work in the creative field like professionally, um, and there are plenty of um, artists and creative types who have been able to maintain very like slow. Not, I don't want to say slow, but like they've been able to maintain a very gradual workflow. I'm thinking of like Concerned Ape, the guy who made Stardew Valley, even maybe like Toby Fox, people like that. I don't know. Like people can do this, and there is a way to make it sustainable from like a financial perspective. But right now, that's not what I'm focusing on like primarily. Um, and I think I kind of, and I still go back and forth on this. I don't want to act like I have a concrete, definitive like lesson I've learned here, or a concrete definitive stance. Um, but at least I've kind of a little bit learned to be like, okay, this is a hobby project. I am in college. That like college is my primary focus right now, and my writing is still a hobby project. Even though I would like for it to grow into something else, it is still a hobby project. And I really struggle to find the balance between this is a hobby project and I should treat it like a hobby versus this is something I want to become like a job. Because I always kind of felt like or kind of believed in the like fake it till you make it kind of thing. So it's like, okay, I I want this to be a success and I want to like be successful in this field. And so I'm just gonna post like my fan fictions on, whatever random little website and act like those are like highbrow pieces of media. And this is not to like disparage fan fiction. But like I treated myself like it was a lot bigger than what it was. And that was to try to help learn lessons that I would need to release large projects. Um, and now ultimately the project, this process like years ago, didn't leave me in the best space creatively. And so I'm trying to maybe do the opposite of fake it till I make it, or maybe a different kind. Like I'm working at the pace I want to work at, um, not the pace that I think will make me the most money or make me the most successful. Um, and just in general, that's kind of been like the thing I reflected on a lot this summer is what do I want the pace of my life to be? And how can I work towards creating that? And so I am kind of still faking it till I make it because I am working at a slow pace. And that's because that's what I want to. And it's like if I can make that work professionally, who knows? But I'm not going to. I don't want to sell people on a product I don't intend to provide long term. And I've also found I just enjoy the process of writing so much more when I can just take my time. And specifically, what I'm doing is I am building up about 10 or so chapters of the comic before I release anything. And this is something I've never done. I've never written more than like 2 chapters ahead of a fanfic. And my fan fiction chapters were like so skimpy back in the day. Um, and so it was like nothing to write an extra chapter. It took me like 30 minutes max. Um, but yeah, and so I'm who knows? I want to post like small things about the characters and stuff because ultimately I like this story a lot, and it kind of hurts me a little bit to keep it in so long. Um, I think the middle ground is like showing. I'm planning on showing friends stuff and like early drafts as I go. A because it's good to have that feedback, but also because I think I would explode if I showed no one. Um, so yeah, I guess that's the lesson of the summer for me. I need something to do. I need people to expect something of me. And number two, it's okay if that thing they're expecting isn't like art or whatever. Um, I don't know, but that's kind of where I am. And so yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, also I'm kind of like I've thought a lot about like the whole YouTube situation, like what I want to actually get from this. And I did decide that no, like YouTube, this whole like making videos thing, um, that is a part of my like long term goals as like a creative. And there's not like really anything behind that other than I grew up watching a lot of YouTube videos, specifically people like, Peanut Butter Gamer, Arlo, beat 'em ups, those types of people. I watched that kind of YouTube when I was younger, and it left such an impact on me that I don't know, I want to at least pay tribute to it in some way by like trying to do it again for this generation. And who knows, maybe it's a good time to get into that because there's like a new console came out, and I feel like a lot of people I watched when I was younger, and the people I haven't watched even now came up in the like Nintendo Switch launch period. Like that's what got them going. and Switch 2 just came out. Like, I don't know. I'm already starting to see that. Like, there are new YouTubers I'm watching, and I'm only watching them, or maybe not only watching them, but I found them because of this. Like, Switch 2 cycle. Just that, I don't know. It's a weird thing that happens. Okay, I'm gonna turn this off now. That's where I'm at with stuff. It's been a good summer. And yeah, see you later.